Hello and welcome to this week's video where I will be reviewing the newly revealed Hyundai Ioniq 5. So let's dive right in. Well, this is it, the Hyundai Ioniq 5. It is a striking car to say the least. The front end with those uniquely shaped headlights that are thin and aggressive looking overall contribute to the sporty look of the car. Also, a bonus point to Hyundai for not even pretending to have a grille, such as some other electric cars like the BMW iX3, because electric cars don't need a grille, so you don't need to pretend that you've got a grille. And the lack of a pretend grille means that the front end is clean and crisp, much like the rest of the car, and it's a good front end. Towards the side, the Ioniq maintains its good look with large 20-inch alloy wheels and a very distinctive body panel at the side with a sort of crease that cuts through the middle of the doors. Also, the car, like a Tesla, has pop-out door handles, which means the clean and crisp feeling continues. This also means that it has the likes of the VW ID4, one of its key competitors, believe it or not, beaten in the looks department. At the back, the car continues with a funky theme with rectangle shaped taillights on both sides and a sort of cutout when the rear bumper starts, and that is quite distinctive. I've never seen that on a car before, and on this car definitely it really works. This car overall then is quite beautiful and nice and clean design. Moving on to the interior, and the cabin is just as futuristic as the bodywork and in just as minimalist fashion. The dashboard is dominated by two 12-inch infotainment screens, and the integrated air vents are just a very nice touch. However, one downside is that the touch sensitive buttons for the climate controls, they may look great, but they're not easy to use, especially when driving, and they should have been just normal old-fashioned buttons. One unusual thing about this interior is that unlike most cars, the new Ioniq 5 does not have a center console between the driver and front passenger. Instead, you get a couple of raised cup holders and a large central tray that can slide forwards or backwards depending on your preference. Oh, and the front seats are electrically adjustable, and you can recline them until they're almost flat, which means that if you want to sleep in your car, you can easily do so. Now, because this is an electric car, let's talk about batteries and range. You will be able to get the new Hyundai Ioniq 5 with two different battery options. The standard range car comes with a 58 kWh battery, while the long range model gets a 72.6 kWh battery. Hyundai hasn't confirmed how far the standard range can drive for between charges, but the long range is expected to manage between 290 to 300 miles on a single charge, which is not bad at all. You will be able to charge the Ioniq 5 using the fastest 350 kW public chargers. These will top up your batteries from 10 to 80% charged in just 18 minutes. In other words, you can plug in for just 5 minutes and get an extra 16 miles of range. Impressive. You can also use your Ioniq 5 as a charger to power a range of accessories, such as a laptop or an electric scooter, using the 3-pin electrical socket between the back seats. This can supply 3.6 kilowatts of power, the equivalent of a small petrol generator. Again, impressive. In terms of performance, well, you can get a single motor Ioniq 5 in both standard range and long range versions, or you can have a dual motor car with both standard and long range. Single motor versions come with 58 kWh battery. They produce 170 horsepower, while dual motor version come with 235 horsepower. Pick a version with a bigger 72.6 kWh battery pack, and single motor cars pump out 218 horsepower and dual motor cars produce 306 horsepower. That last figure is the same as the upcoming Skoda IV VRS, which is also a rival of this Ioniq. Finally, let's talk about practicality and one question that must be on your minds. How is this Ioniq 5 a rival for the comparably big looking Skoda and Volkswagen? Well, the Ioniq 5 is slightly longer than the new Hyundai Tucson. It just is that because of its electric underpinnings and the lack of an engine or a traditional gearbox, Hyundai have managed to make it seem like it's a small body, but inside it's even bigger than the Hyundai Tucson, which is saying something, as the Tucson is quite a big car. Also, you will be able to slide the back seats forwards or backwards depending on whether you need to carry more luggage or you need more space for your passengers. Also, the Ioniq 5 has 531 litres of boot space, which admittedly is less than the 620 litres of the Tucson, but the Ioniq has 57 litres in its bonnet as well, so there's not much in it. So then, what's my verdict for the new Hyundai Ioniq 5? Well, to be honest, I really do like this car. I think that its external styling and its interior styling are better than this VW and Skoda rivals. Also, the car is more roomier and more practical than those two, so it's a no-brainer that if you're in the market for this type of car, this type of electric car, you should get the Hyundai. Therefore, it gets a 9 out of 10 in the journalist rating. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. See you next week. Goodbye.